What's up guys, and welcome back to the Station Bakery. There is so much to be thankful for this holiday season. One thing that I am thankful for and that I'm celebrating is reaching 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. Please make sure that you stay tuned for a special giveaway. So to get started in this video, of course, we have to start out with our ingredients and our supplies. Everything that you'll need will be linked in the description below. So here I am taking my red candy melts and I'm just using this to decorate the inside. We are going to layer this chocolate to really make these hot chocolate bombs pop. A tip here is to use a brush to help smooth and move that chocolate to cover the areas that you want to color and paint. Now this step is a little bit more advanced, so take your time, make sure that you get plenty of practice in doing it. If you're interested in a more detailed live approach, be sure that you're following me on Facebook and sign up for my holiday hot chocolate bomb classes. Hope to see you soon. I really found that just piping in a little bit of chocolate inside of the mold where I wanted the color and then going back over it with a brush was like just everything. And because these molds are shaped differently, you really gotta get in with those angles and make sure that you get it right. And what's also great about this is that if you make any mistakes, it's perfectly okay. You can just use your finger, use a toothpick or something to just swipe it away and just swipe it and clean it up. Now you don't have to do the molds this way. You can also just leave some of it plain. As you see here, I did not make the top of the cap red, but I'm going to show you another way further down in the video on how you can do that as well. As always, we want to make sure that we pay attention to our edges, and then we're going to pop these into the freezer. Here I am popping them out of the mold. You want to be careful when doing this part because we are not just working with whole shapes. There are grooves and crevices and creases and all of that good stuff. You want to be really gentle and really careful. And just look at how amazing those turned out. Oh, doesn't that look so awesome? If you think this looks awesome, please leave me a comment below telling me that is bomb. That bomb is bomb. So here we are, just going to pop out that second one as well. Again, being very gentle to make sure that we don't crack our chocolate or crack our pieces. I just really love this so much. You see here that I did get a little bit of smearing on that, but it's okay because we're just gonna do naughty and nice hot chocolate bombs. One side nice, the other side naughty. It works out. It works out. And here we have our two halves. Now the halves are very thick, and so when you put it together, you are going to have an enormous bomb, which is perfectly fine. That is perfectly okay if that's what you choose to do. But however, I am going to melt these down just to make them a little bit smaller and bring them back to a more normal size. For this, I am using my hot pan method. I absolutely love this method and I do recommend it, especially if you're doing larger hot chocolate bombs or if you are doing multiple hot chocolate bombs. This hot pan method is the best way to go, hands down. The other method that you can do is using a hot plate, but again, these did not fit on the hot plate, so I am using my hot pan method to melt these down. And just look at that smear of color. That just, it's Christmas time, guys. It is the holiday season. We are here. We are here. Now I'm going to take my hot chocolate mixture. I'm just using regular hot cocoa for this one, but I was supposed to use white hot chocolate because it's a snowman. It's a snowman. So how perfect would it have been to just fill it up with the white hot chocolate, put our marshmallows in, and then we're gonna melt down that top part, put them together, and voila. We have our Snowman hot chocolate bombs. I'm just going in with a bit of that melted chocolate and a brush to fill in any cracks or holes that may have been left behind when putting them together. You want to make sure that you seal your hot chocolate bombs off so no powder or anything falls out. And there we have it, our cute snowman. Now, if you're worried about, that part, don't worry about it. We're gonna fix it right here. I'm taking more white chocolate and I'm using some white sanding sugar and putting that on to add just a little bit texture to Santa's hat. I feel that adding these crystals, this sanding sugar, just really brings it to life even more and just adds more life and texture to these hot chocolate bombs. I just love incorporating different mediums with this to just take them to a whole nother level. Look at how cute that is. Like, this is a very stylish and fancy snowman. So here I am, I'm going in again with more red. This is another way for you to get that color if it is too difficult for you to do it inside of the mold. Just when you pop it out, just go over it again with more of whatever color or paint that you would like to use. And ta-da! We have our cute snowman. Next up, we have Rudolph. We have our reindeer hot chocolate bomb. Now for this, I'm going to be doing a different method. As you see here, I'm filling up my mold and then just shaking the chocolate around to cover any spaces. Then I'm gonna go over and make sure that I'm making those edges really thick. It's very important, especially with these. Pop it in the freezer for just a few seconds and gently pop it out so you don't break it. Here I am adding a scoop of chocolate, smearing it around, and then I'm going to pop that into the freezer. This is going to help us to seal off the back of our hot chocolate bomb without having to make two of the reindeer molds and putting it together. So while that is being popped into the freezer, while that's chilling, I'm going to go in with my snickerdoodle hot chocolate mix and a few marshmallows. I am reversing the process here and putting the marshmallows in first and then pouring the hot chocolate over to let it fall through the cracks and crevices so we can fit more inside of this bomb. Once that is filled and once my chocolate is chilled, I take it out and I'm just going to go back in with another thing of chocolate, just going over and tracing the edges of my reindeer. This is going to serve as the glue for me to add on the back of the hot chocolate bomb. You want to make sure that you are very careful and very slow in this process, but not too slow because you don't want your chocolate to harden up on you. So once we have that, I'm going to use the back side, the flat side of the chocolate, and just gently press it onto the top of my hot chocolate bomb, making sure that the chocolate is setting and sealed. Once it's set, I heat up a knife, and this is like going to help you so much. Make sure that your knife or whatever tool you're gonna use to cut is hot. It just glides through the chocolate just so smoothly. You can also just use the knife to pop off those pieces of chocolate, and you want to make sure that you're removing these quickly because you don't want the pieces to cool and stick back together. So chop off just a piece at a time, remove that chocolate, and then move on to the rest. Just look at how easily this knife just cuts through and curves through those grooves. Like, just absolutely smooth and seamless. So now as you see here, we have our perfectly cut hot chocolate bomb. You see those little edges? You can just take your finger and just break them off just to finish off the job, and you are now done. You can stop here with your hot chocolate bombs, or you can go a little bit further like I'm going to do and make it fancy and jazz it up. Here I'm going in with some red melted chocolate, and I'm just giving it a little bit of texture for that wool knit cap look. And again, we're making Rudolph. Who doesn't love Rudolph? What other reindeer is there to make besides Rudolph? And so I'm just coloring this in with more chocolate. And it's just gonna really bring this hot chocolate bomb to life. Again, you don't have to go in with all the details. You can just make this simple. It's totally up to you and what you would like, but this will also be a great activity for you to do with your family. If you have grandchildren or young kids, this will be the perfect activity for them to paint their own hot chocolate bomb, decorate their own hot chocolate bomb. And here I'm just going in with a little bit of the Sugar Art highlighter dust. Please make sure that whatever dust you choose to use, please make sure that it is edible. There is a difference between non-toxic and edible. Make sure that it is edible. And just look at that shine and glimmer. And of course we have to top it off because this is just so glamorous with edible gold leaf. And it just really adds another layer and another dimension to this hot chocolate bomb. Who wouldn't want that? Until next time, guys, peace.